So, let me tell you about my reading Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. It really started with getting a message through Twitter from one of my colleagues, Imogen Cole. She was saying to me through this Twitter message, Denise, I actually hear your voice when I'm listening to Michelle Obama. Now, she was reading the book through an audiobook. And I'm assuming the accent, we're both from the Midwest, both from Chicago. She was hearing similarities. And so she was saying she could hear me as she was listening to Michelle Obama, which I thought was kind of cool. So I told her maybe I will pick up the book. I will check out Michelle Obama's uh, book. Then, when I started listening to her book, she actually mentioned where she went to elementary school. And she said she went to Bryn Mawr Elementary School. And I thought, what? I went to Bryn Mawr Elementary School. I wonder if we were there at the same time. She did mention time periods and whatnot, but I'm listening while I'm walking. I'm not really paying that close attention to those kinds of details. But her mentioning Bryn Mawr did really stick in my mind. And because we have crossed paths in so many different ways, even though we've never met each other, like I said earlier, she worked at Chicago. I went to school at Chicago. She went to school at Princeton. I went to school at Princeton. Her and Barack lived in Hyde Park. My husband and I lived in Hyde Park. She came to Ryerson and spoke. And I actually went to that wonderful event, didn't get a chance to meet her, but you get the message. We crossed many paths. And now I'm hearing that she actually went to Bryn Mawr Elementary School, the school I also went to. So that was kind of cool, I must say. So I'm listening to her book, reading it, just enjoying it. I get a chance to talk about the book with another colleague and friend, and so this friend is telling me that in the book she has photos of her family, friends, when she was in school, when she campaigned with her and Barack and the family, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm thinking, it might be a good idea for me to actually check out the book and get the hard copy instead of, listening to the audiobook. I decided to go to one of the bookstore chains, Indigo. That's pretty popular here in Canada for those of you who don't live here. And I go into Indigo because I'm thinking, yeah, let me go and look at the photos. And then while I'm listening, I can also imagine those photos at the same time, or, those images in my mind at the same time while I'm reading, while I'm listening. And I have to tell you, something so interesting and incredible happened.